Alright guys, Gemini back with another video, and on this channel we got you covered from all angles. We got wrestling DVDs, we got all kinds of wrestling stuff, pro wrestling, we got energy drink and new soda reviews, and now incorporating in the Gemini 888 channel, I'm going to be doing all kinds of Super Nintendo stuff. In fact, I just signed up for the Nintendo Creators Program so I could start doing some gameplay and stuff. So it's gonna be kind of weird for a lot of the wrestling fans to see me not just doing wrestling all the time, but I think it'll be a good move for the channel. I do. I really do think it'll be a good move for the channel when this all breaks down, because there'll be like such a variety of stuff. There'll be wrestling, there'll be video games, there'll be drink and soda reviews, wrestling DVD unboxings, and figures, and so I think it'll be good. Holding in my hand today, I'm holding up the Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition from Super Nintendo. I originally purchased this game in 1992, and this particular version of Street Fighter was awesome. It really was. It was a fantastic game, because the first time ever you could play the bosses, which you could never play them in NES versions of Street Fighter, but the arcade version you could play Sagat and Balrog and Vega and Bison, and this was the first time they did a Nintendo version where you can play Bison and just roll through them, or you can play Sagat, you know, Tiger uppercut, Tiger uppercut, all day long. And you know, Sagat was an amazing fighter, and Vega same thing. Vega was a little bit harder to beat the game with, you know, but he did some sick suplexes with Vega. You could do the suplex right out of the air, which was awesome. You'd have to catch him just right, but you could suplex him right out of the air. And Balrog just sucked. There was no control with Balrog at all. He was not a good character to play. And every once in a while, if you had the difficulty level up enough with Balrog, he'd kick your ass, because he'd hit you once and boom, you would be out. But all in all, Street Fighter 2, when you would turn the turbo up, it would be, especially with guys like Balrog, they'd knock you out in 10 seconds. So it was a tough game. But once you master the game, there's only two real fighters on this game who you could really beat the game with. One, you could beat it with Ken. If you're an expert fighter, you can beat it with Ken. Ken's a little harder, but the one you really could beat the game with just about every time is Ryu. I think Ryu was probably the one that most people played throughout the whole game, because you could, I mean, there's so many different things you could do with Ryu. He was the best fighter. So if I was really serious about finishing this game, I'd probably pick Ken to beat the first 6-8 guys, but I would finish the game with Ryu and his back leg sweep kicks, and let's see what else I do. Oh, the fireballs, of course, and you know, the dragon punch. You know, you can hit him just right with that dragon punch. Not saying it's easy. Probably set it on difficulty setting level 3 with Ryu. And you know, I've beaten the game with all the characters, but some of the characters suck. Zangief sucks to play. E Honda. Guile's extremely difficult to control, even though he does the sonic boom. So, and Chun-Li, same thing. She's really tough to control. But this was a fantastic, beautiful game. One of the funnest games I ever played as a kid. Just an absolute blast. So hope you enjoyed me talking about Street Fighter 2 Turbo, one of my favorite games of all time. You guys have a wonderful day, and thank you for listening.